Hi there.
All right.
Okay, part 2 of your review. Got Whit with me because
Howdy.
it's gonna get hard and I'm not gonna be able to do it.
Yeah. No, it won't.
Okay, so we are going to highlight number 24, and I think we'll do 25, 26 is the
Similar.
same.
Yep.
So number 24, all real numbers that are greater than -8 and less than regular 8.
So it says and less than. So we already know it's going to be an and inequality. So then you can just start with the least number, -8.
So,
And then it says is greater than, well, it says all real numbers are greater than x. So that means that
Yeah,
-8 is less than the x.
is it equal to? Nope.
Nope.
And then less than the regular 8.
You got it.
Again, every and that I've ever seen has the signs facing this direction.
Yep, it has to be any less than, and it has to be from least to greatest.
So I'm going to pop my 2 numbers on here.
Mm-hmm.
These look like open
2 opens.
circles.
And
So
you just shade in between them.
boom, boom, and then colorama.
You got it.
Okay, now this one is also an and, but I need to solve it first. So
again, we need to get x alone.
So let's, I'm going to rewrite it down here so I have some room to work.
So -2 is less than or equal to 2x minus 4, which is less than 8.
Okay.
So if you want to make 2 lines down from the inequalities to show that we're solving for these 2 separate things. Well, again, I'm trying to get x alone, so you add 4 to all 3 sides here.
Yep. Plus 4 everywhere. So this becomes 2. Less than or equal to
2x.
2x is now gone because this went away, or is there because those are gone. And then 8 plus 4 is 12?
Yep.
Okay. Now,
divide everything by 2.
Divide out by 2. So I'm going to do divide by 2.
You have to do it all 3
divide by
sections.
2 on all sides of the yellow lines. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, less than or equal to x less than 6. Cool. Now, as I read my graph, this is what I'm going to put on there. So the first thing I come to is 1.
So close circle at 1.
Then I'm going to shade all the way to
6. Open at 6.
Yes. Now, I've been telling my kids I don't really care what numbers are.
I don't either.
Okay, cool, cool.
Yeah.
So,
make it easy.
neato bambito. Again, 26, same as that. All right. All right, so this one is, I went over this one in class. I'm sure you did too, but we'll go over it again. All right, so the student is taking 3 quizzes, 2 scores already. 3rd quiz, we want to figure out what it is.
Yep, and we want that 3rd score to be between 85 and 90.
Well, we want her average to be between 85 and 90.
Right.
So the first thing I know is I want to find an average of all of my scores of my quizzes. So
average, you add them all up and divide by how many there are.
So I'm going to add 83, quiz number 1, 91, quiz number 2.
And we don't know our last
And we don't know the last one.
But we've taken 3 quizzes.
3 total quizzes.
So we divide it by 3.
So I want, this right here represents the quiz.
Yep.
So I want that quiz to be between these numbers. Bless you. Gesundheit.
Got it.
So this, the lowest score I can get would be an 85. The highest score I can get would be a 90. And we know that this is an and, so we can do this.
Yep.
Now, I put equal to because it says inclusive.
Include.
Include that number, put that equal sign. Now we're going to solve. All right, so
your very first step is to undo that division. So you multiply everything by 3, or the reciprocal of that. So when you do it in the center, remember, we don't multiply anything on top by 3. It just cancels out the 3 on the bottom.
Right, so this 3 cancels this 3. And then we're going to do it here.
Calculator.
Yeah, right here.
Oh.
Just look on my desk for random stuff because it's going to be there.
85 times 3?
I believe it's 255. I heard it 3 times today and I still don't remember. Less than or equal to. I'm going to combine right now.
I will too.
These 2 things combine to be 174.
Plus x.
That's a plus. And then less than or equal to 270. Cool. Now this is just like what we did on the previous page. It's like no big deal.
Yep.
So
trying to get x alone, subtract 174
from here,
from the center, the left, and the right.
So we're left with 81 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 90.
There you go.
Now, got to relate it back to the problem, right?
Yeah.
So 81% to 91, or to 90. No, it's not 90, it's 96. Come on, Richardson.
Rich.
96% she can score. Scores.
Done.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay. Again, this is an or. Do we need to go? I mean,
No. So you solve this out the exact same way. Just remember that there's two inequalities that you have to solve here.
Solve this one. Solve this one.
And then when you graph it, the ors go
opposite directions.
out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I love interval notation.
I do.
I've actually really
You hopped on the bandwagon?
I did. I really liked it. So I've been telling my kids, I think it's really difficult to write interval notation just from an inequality.
Agreed.
I think it's better to write a graph first and then make your interval notation. So let's graph this bad boy and then find our intervals.
Okay.
So this first guy, x is greater than or equal to -6. So -6 is here. I have a closed dot, and x has to be greater than or equal to that. So we're going to shade this
There you
direction
go.
to some point,
Okay.
to this point right here. X is less than -3. So I'm going to have -3 right here. That's not a 3.
And then it's
Open circle, and I'm going to shade less than that. So here's all my values of x. Interval notation, as I read my graph left to right, we just make it. So as I read, the first value I come to is not infinity. It is, boom, -6. Inclusive, so I put that bracket there. Should I draw the little guy?
if you want to.
Remember this, guys? You have this with a closed dot, and then brackets. Oops, I forgot arrows. Oh, and then you have this guy with an open circle, and he got soft side face.
Yeah, he's a little soft.
So that's good, because now we have this. Okay,
Yep.
then comma. As I come over, now I hit -3, but it's not included.
Right.
So I put this guy.
Right.
And now all I have to do is look and find the letter that matches it. So it's clearly C right here.
Done.
Okay. Good. Let's keep going. Same thing here.
Yep.
Same thing here.
Yep.
Okay.
Grab it first. Do what you need to do.
I'm gonna write that. Graph first. Cool. Okay. Here we go.
31.
Let's do 31.
Perfect.
So we're gonna do. We gotta. Okay. I've been talking to my kids about absolute value and how the absolute value is locked when there's something on either side of it.
Okay.
So we're gonna. What I've been calling is how do we unlock this absolute value? Well, I've got to get rid of this 10 by subtracting it.
Okay.
So I subtract it from both sides, and I'm left with. I'll go down here.
Absolute value of x.
Absolute value of x equals
negative
9.
Ah! Absolute values can't be negative.
So I'm gonna write
No solution.
no.
Even though there's a graph, we throw it in there to trick you.
I know.
Okay? I know. 32. Same thing. What you need to do first, though, is add 2 and then divide by 6.
And then divide. So we've got rid of this.
So 6 absolute value n equals 12.
Now I have to unlock the division
Right.
here. Divide by 6. Boom. Divide by 6. So I have n absolute value is equal to 2, which now I split it into 2. N is positive 2 or n is negative 2.
So you can write n equals plus or minus 2 or n equals 2, comma, negative 2, or just like
Or this. And I told you guys I wanted it this way, so do it that way. So I'm going to slap these on my graph. I'm going to write numbers above because it's kind of messy. So -2 here, positive 2 here, a closed circle and a closed circle.
Because it's equal to,
Mhm.
so that's why they're closed.
But then no shading.
No shade.
No shade. Same thing.
Same thing.
34 is the same thing.
Same thing.
All of this is the same. 35.
Define it.
Okay, I like 35, and then we're pretty much done.
Yeah.
35. The optimal operating temperature of a given car engine is within 10 degrees Fahrenheit
Okay.
of 190 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to let you talk about this one because I told my kids a different way to do it. So you talk about how you did it, and then you guys can decide which way you think makes the most sense for you. Because I feel like there's a couple ways to do it.
Yeah, there are a couple ways
Okay.
to do it. So the temperature that you take right now, we don't know what it is. So we have T for temperature. We need to take our temperature and subtract it from 190.
From 190? Or we
mean,
need to subtract 190
There
degrees
you go.
from it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we have our whatever it is minus the ideal.
Right, because ideal, and again, we're writing an inequality, so that ideal temperature is in the middle. And so then
Right.
what I said to my kids, okay, so whatever temperature I have minus the degrees that's perfect
Right.
has to be 10 more or 10 less.
Right.
So when I think about 10 more, that's
So pop
10, 10
and then
10
less
less
than
is
10.
negative 10.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we totally did it the same way.
And then less than or less than, because if it's an and, it has to be only less than inequalities.
But it could be
Yeah, or
equal
equal
to.
to.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was like, oh shoot, I messed up.
No, no, no.
And then we just solve.
Add 190 to both sides. So just because there's words in math doesn't mean it's hard.
Means it's awesome.
Yeah.
That looks like the word 2, but it says negative 10. So this
So
would
190 minus 10 is
180 has to be less than or equal to optimum temperature,
Mhm.
which we know is 190 degrees.
Yep.
And then what are you? 200.
Mhm.
Okay, so then relate back to the real world between 180 to 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Oops, there's probably needs to be one here. Okay, cool. I love that problem. These,
Same thing that we've been doing.
same thing we've been doing. When you have a fraction, go back in your brain to 6th grade, you got to have a common denominator.
Or use this bad boy.
Or use that. Wow, I made it really hard for you guys. Sorry. Okay. Taco stand. I love this problem.
Me too.
Taco stand sells tacos.
I know, that's genius.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
For $3.25 each. The stand's expenses for the day are $2.10. How many tacos do they need to sell in a day in order to make a profit? So they want to make more than $210.
I
right?
want to.
So $210 is the least amount they can make. So
Right.
I have my
Because I want to walk away with 211, 212. I want to walk away with more than that.
right. So all the tacos has to be greater than this.
Mm-hmm.
So 325 times tacos is this. So there's your inequality. Then we're going to divide by 3.25.
Yep. Do you remember
And
how many tacos?
I don't. I didn't actually do this problem today. Oops, it's not t equals. What'd you get?
T is greater than 64.6.
Oh boy. Wit, I would like to buy 64.6 tacos.
Oh, dude, I don't sell 0.6 tacos.
So
Round on up.
I'm gonna need to buy 67 tacos.
Wow, 65 tacos. She's real hungry. She's just going to round her on up. 65 tacos. So the same thing applies.
Least, right? At least.
Yes. Yeah.
I have to say the words at least or 65 tacos or more.
Right. So the same thing applies, guys, just like chaperones when we did it last chapter.
Mhm.
If we have 64.2 tacos, you
shoot.
need to round up.
Yeah, so if it was this, again, I can't buy 0.2 of a taco.
Right.
I'm not just buying the shell.
Right.
One
and
bite.
And if we only sell 64 tacos, we don't make.
I don't make 210.
Right.
Make less than that. So I got to round up
You got
for
it.
that. I want another bite of a taco, got to buy the whole taco.
Yep.
All right.
No taco for you. Seinfeld, anyone?
Oh, I
Come
love
on.
it. I
Okay.
did. I was
Okay.
right with you.
I know it's soup. Whatever. Go on.
Soup Nazi, taco Nazi, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. All right, 3 consecutive even numbers. Wow, this is awesome. Have a sum between 84 and 96. So
Got it.
first of all, I know here's this and here's this.
Need it to be between the two. So it's an and inequality, so they have to be less than or equal to.
Yep. Okay,
So
now we
step
have
one,
to,
done.
step 1's done. Now we got to figure out what goes in here. So it says, write an inequality to find the 3 numbers. Let n, this is important, friends, let n represent the smallest even number. So I'm going to write this down here. N is the first number.
Okay.
Okay, now
So if it's even,
I am going to
jump a
add,
number.
Yeah.
And get to the next one.
right, so let's say this was 0. How would I get to the second number? Well, I would add 2 to it.
Right.
So the second number is n plus 2. That's my second. Consecutive means
So
in
from
order.
in, we added 2. And then so our third number would be back from
From in. Oh, I can't just add 2 again. I
Right.
got to add
4.
4. So again, think of it as 0. 0 is my first number.
How do you
2.
get to the number 2? You
I would add 2. The next number is 4. How do I get from 0 to 4? Add 4. So all of this has a sum between those two numbers. So we're going
Sum
to write
addition.
n plus 2 plus n plus 4.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Combine like terms. Boom, boom, boom.
So 3 in.
So I've got 84 less than or equal to 3n plus
2 plus 4 is 6.
6 less than or equal to 96.
Mhm.
And then you solve.
Same thing that we've been doing. So I think you're good.
You're good to go, friends. We will see you tomorrow. Be ready.
On the flip side.
Bye.